Hey everybody, it is Randy with Carchaeology, and I am going snipe hunting. As a car hunter, I am always after the next find. Finding an elusive creature out there in the wild, of course, is what drives so many hunters around the world to bag and capture something that nobody has captured before, or something that's very difficult to capture. Well, that's a part of the excitement. Now, I'm sure you've all heard the term snipe hunting. Now, snipe hunting is a bit of a joke. It's a bit of a folklore sort of a thing. Often, people would take an uninitiated hunter out into the woods with a bag, maybe some chocolate, some whatever, to go snipe hunting and catch a snipe. Only for the new hunter to realize that there's no such thing and that they've been hoodwinked. They've been hit with a practical joke, and then they come back a little bit dejected, but a bit more wise about the ways of the world. So, as a car hunter, I have heard of an elusive snipe in a local neighborhood here, and I'm going to go see if I can bag it. Now, no one really knows where to look for a snipe. They could be anywhere, I suppose. Wherever your imagination and your eyes take you, you can search for a snipe. I'm not seeing anything out here, though, so I'm going to keep looking. Let's see. No signs of a snipe through here. Maybe up here in the trees. Maybe there's a snipe in the trees. Let's look real close. No snipe. Well, I'm not having any luck finding a snipe out in the middle of nowhere, so I'm going to go into civilization. Go into suburbia. See if maybe I can find a suburban snipe. Well, it does seem to be trash day in this neighborhood, and perhaps a snipe might be, digging through the trash. That's one of the problems with the growth of suburbia, is it's starting to take over the natural habitat of the snipe. Well, or something like that. Let's see. I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna find a snipe. Oh shit. There it is. The elusive snipe. Kevin, is that you? So there you go. I actually went snipe hunting and caught a snipe. Now this is a 1965 Humber Super Snipe. Now I think that's got to be one of the most ridiculous names for an automobile ever, but it's a name that stuck with me ever since I was a little kid. Whenever I heard the name Humber Super Snipe, it just made me giggle. Now, these aren't super valuable cars. They are fairly rare here in the U.S. There's more of them over in the U.K., of course, being a British car. But this was a North American import here. It's left-hand drive. It's got an automatic transmission in it. And overall, it's in pretty good shape. The one thing about it that I really like is that it's super solid. This car must have been on the West Coast its whole life, because looking underneath it, it is definitely a good rust-free example, which when it comes to British cars is an absolute rarity. So in any case, I'm going to do a quick little walk around here, show you what I'm up to, or show you what I'm starting with, and then I'll get it out of here and see if I can make it go. Now, many people have said that the Humber Super Snipe was the British version of an American car. And certainly you can see, some of the styling here is a very American looking car. In fact, it has kind of a 55 Chevy sort of a look to it. Some tiny little tail fin sort of things going on here. It's just a big, stodgy sedan. Humber being the manufacturer name, or the brand. These were a part of the Roots group at one point, and there were other cars that were being done by the Roots group, Singer, so on and so forth. So the inside of the car here is a little rough. So the seats are kind of coming apart a little bit. It does look like the front seat back has been redone, but the rear seat still needs to be done. The dashboard is obviously a mess. The paint, we've got some paint cracking and chipping and stuff going on there. Definitely kind of cracked paint along here. You can see the checking in the surface there. I'm just going to clean it up the best that I can, see if I can get it to run and drive. And then if it does that, I may dive into it further and make it look super cool. Now, the engine in this thing is actually a pretty sizable thing for a British car. This is a 6-cylinder, and these things were... I wouldn't say they're fast, but this was a real 100-mile-an-hour car back in the 60s when it was built. So it was a bit of an executive sedan when you compare it to some of the other British models and stuff there. Single carburetor. I love this little dual snorkel air cleaner. It makes it look fast. But the one thing that's interesting about this car when I was checking it out is I did hook the battery up and I cranked it over and it did crank. I heard the electric fuel pump ticking, but it didn't sound like it was filling up full of fuel. So I stopped and I put some gas in it. I'm going to charge this battery up a little bit, and I'm going to crank it over and see if just maybe this thing will fire. The guy I got it from told me that he drove it into the spot where it was parked, but it had been sitting there a couple of years. So he obviously wasn't much of a car guy. He didn't seem to know what was wrong with it. But is it possible that maybe it was just out of gas? Well, I guess we'll find out. Well, it appears the battery is pretty much stone cold dead. On the thing here, it has a little sad face, says bad battery. I don't think it's a bad battery. I just think it's misunderstood, much like the Snipe itself. Obviously, this is not a thing of folklore. It is a vehicle that really, truly exists. This rare and exotic creature has now joined us here at the lab, and I hope to get it up and running and driving, and hopefully looking a lot better than it does right now. Now, if you have any experience with a Super Snipe or any sort of snipe, I would love to hear about it in the comments. This is definitely an obscure, weird creature, but the fact that it was local and easy to capture and the opportunity to say, hey, I've got a Humber Super Snipe, it was enough for me to go out and get this thing. So please subscribe, please watch and follow. Keep on digging them up and driving them. That is what I love to do. I love to see these old relics back on the road, and we will see if we can get this fine British gentleman to motor us down the road. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Keep on digging them up and driving them. Bye-bye.